Hi there, and today I'm opening up a package which has just been delivered, which should contain a huge haul of minifigures. Now, currently on my brick set wanted list, I've got 665 minifigures that I want. So occasionally I'll pop onto Bricklink, find a shop that's got loads that I actually want, and buy a big bundle of minifigures. Now, minifigures are one of the things that I really love about Lego, and it's the thing that got me back into Lego after having a short break during my teenage years. I have got quite a lot of minifigures, and this package should add another 31 to my total. So let's open it up and you can see what's inside. Now, first of all, slightly disappointing. Normally minifigures would come in their own individual bags. I can see he's packaged up a few of them, probably things like this has got a gold helmet, so he didn't want that to get scratched. So a bit of a shame they're all together, especially as there's some capes in here, which I've obviously got a little bit crinkled up, but we'll go through them one by one and check what I've got. So first of all, this is the oldest minifigure in this haul, and he's from 1988, from the obviously the castle theme, and he's from the Lion Knights. He's just a peasant. This is a real classic torso. I haven't got many minifigures with that torso, so when I saw him I thought I just had to get him. So sticking with the castle theme, but much later era castle theme, this is from 2013. This is from the King's Castle set, and this is just called the Lion King. No, not that Lion King, but he's got this really nice pearl gold helmet and some really ornate gold printing on his torso there, which also goes down onto his legs, his hips there, and his legs. He's got that traditional sort of starch cape, not the new spongy ones, which is in pretty good condition. It's got a little bit of staining on it there, but a pretty good figure, and I'm glad I've got him. Also from the same year, 2013, as well as the Lion King, no, not that Lion King, we've got the Lion Princess. Now, she came in the same year, but not the same set as the King, and she also has really nice gold printing along her torso and her skirt, and this is obviously before we had the new skirt pieces, so that's just a 2x2x2 printed slope piece, but yes, goes well with the King. Next, I got 3 minifigures from the UFO theme, and this was from 1997. There's only, I think, 6 minifigures in the theme. There's 2 droids and 4 aliens. I've already got the 2 droids, but I didn't have any of the aliens, and I managed to get 3 from this one seller. They're called Zetaxian aliens, and this is the Blue Officer. And they had this wonderful printed helmet. If you pop that off, you can see they've got even better transparent printed headpieces on. They also have the same printing on, but they're different coloured helmets. But you can see this nice gold printing on the helmet and going across his torso and legs. So great printing, great minifigure. The second Zetaxian alien is the Grey Overlord, and this is my favourite one. I think it's the colour scheming. So the black and the dark grey and the gold printing on that really is a great contrast and shows up really well on the black. So same printing as the other helmet, but again, this time on a black helmet, and his head is sort of a transparent neon orange colour. Now, the third alien is called the Red Pilot. There's a second figure which is also Red Pilot, but he's I think he's without this sort of armour piece on him. But he's got, again, the same printing on his helmet, but this time the light grey, and then the same printing on his torso, not gold this time, so same printing as the blue one, that is, on a red torso and red legs. So sticking with the space theme, but changing era drastically, jumping back to 1991, this is the Blacktron 2 minifigure. Now, there was only one Blacktron minifigure. He came with a jetpack in some instances, but there's just one printed torso. I've already got one of these, but with the new space collectible minifigure theme that's coming out, I know there's going to be a Blacktron tribute figure, so I thought I'd get a second one of these to go along with him. So also from 1991, we had Blacktron over there. This is the M-Tron figure, and again, there's only one M-Tron figure. Then hopefully also under this sort of backpack, he should have his classic M-Tron logo, which he does there. So I've already got the M-Tron figure, but I don't have it with this black backtrack. It's a jetpack piece. The black piece is quite difficult to get hold of sometimes on its own, so I thought it was easier just to get the minifigure, and then I've got my second M-Tron figure with these cool backpack jetpack. Now, the next figure looks fairly plain and boring. He's just a businessman. However, this businessman came in the Alien Conquest theme. Now, he came in a set called the Tripod Invader, and I've already got this minifigure, But in the Tripod Invader set, it also came with this piece. Now, I didn't get this from this haul, but I've already had it. And this is called the Alien Clinger. And he's meant to pop on top of the businessman's head so the aliens can control these feeble humans. So I've already got this figure, like I said, but I wanted a second one of him so I can had somewhere to put my Alien Clinger. So there we have the Alien Conquest businessman. Now, I don't think I mentioned that Alien Conquest figure was from 2011, and also from 2011 I've got these next two figures, and these are from the Atlantis theme. Now, this is the Atlantis Barracuda Guardian, and he's an absolutely fantastic minifigure. So he doesn't have a regular, if I pop this piece off, he doesn't have a regular minifigure head. He's got this great printed torso, but this is a huge rubberized piece which goes on top of his torso. So he looks quite wicked from the front, and it's absolutely massive, makes this one single minifigure really, really huge. So that is the Barracuda Guardian from the Atlantis theme. And again from 2011, the Atlantis theme, this is the Hammerhead Warrior, and it's very similar. We've got a transparent red head with some massive teeth on it and a printed torso, and printed legs as well, and then again a rubberized sort of headpiece which fits over the top of the regular minifig head, and then you can see those teeth and the red transparent part making up his mouth sort of on top there. And it's not quite as big as the Barracuda, but it's still quite a large headpiece, but he does look fantastic, especially those two massive eyes sticking out the side. So another Atlantis figure. This next figure is from 1996, and it's from the Exploriens theme. Now, Exploriens only had 6 figures in the entire theme. It had 3 droids and 3 humans, and this is one of the droids. He's got fantastic printed head under his helmet there, so it's a transparent clear head with black and gold printing on it, and then a regular dark grey motorcycle helmet goes on top with transparent glow-in-the-dark visor. Again, these guys have got really cool silver printing on their torsos. I've only got a couple of other Explorian minifigures, so it's good to add another one to my collection. The next 2 figures come from a really tiny theme. Now, this theme only had 5 sets and 3 minifigures, and it's the Spyrius theme. This is the Spyrius Chief. There was just a regular Spyrius human as well, and then the other minifigure I'll show you in a minute. So he's the Chief. He's got a different printed head to the regular Spyrius minifigure. They had black air tanks and this really cool printed helmet. And as well as the 2 Spyrius humans, this was the Spyrius droid, and he was called Major Kartovsky. He has got a really cool black headpiece with silver print on it, but this is the only time I've ever seen a clear transparent clear motorcycle helmet. So that sits on top of there like that and gives him really quite a cool look. And here again's got really nice silver printing, which matches somewhat to the Exploriens droid we saw just now. So 2 out of the 3 Spyrius minifigures. I've got 1 more to get, and I've got the complete collection. Next we jump to 1997 and the Western theme. I've got all the cavalry from the Western theme, but I don't have too many of the cowboys. So this is one of the bandits. This is just called Bandit 4. He's got fairly simple printing on him. Nothing on the back. It looks like he's sneaking a little revolver there in his gun belt. He's got a mask so he can hide his face when he's holding up the stagecoaches or the bank. But there we have a bandit from the Western theme. Now, the next 3 minifigures come from a theme that I have absolutely 0 figures from, and it's the Viking theme. It's quite unusual for me to have 0 figures from an entire theme, but I managed to pick up 3 from this one seller. So this first one is Viking Warrior. They all have very similar helmets on these Vikings, with the 2 white horns out the side, but different torso printing on each. This one's as you can see, a dark grey torso with sand green arms, but some fantastic silver printing on there, if you can see that catch the light, with this massive axe he's got sort of in the strap across his chest there. So that's our first Viking. The next Viking is labelled as Viking 4D. Again, dark grey torso and light grey arms with more fantastic silver printing across it. Again, same helmet, and a second Viking to go into my collection. Now, those 2 previous Vikings were from 2005. This last one is from 2006. He was actually in the Viking chess set. He's one of the pawns in the chess set, so there was multiple ones of this in the set. He's got the same helmet as the others, but he's in this nice dark blue colour, and again, lots and lots of silver printing on his torso. So 3 Vikings to start off a new theme for my collection. So from a couple of years earlier in 2000 theme, I've got a Johnny Thunder figure here. Now, he was from the Orient Expedition sub-theme of Johnny Thunder, and he's coming with his green torso. In this case, he had various different outfits depending on which sub-theme he was in, but like I said, this is the Orient Expedition one. and he's in his expedition outfit. Also from the Adventurers theme with Johnny Thunder, this is from the desert sub-theme of it from 1998, and this is just the skeleton with the standard skull on him. He had the straight arms in those days, and he's got a yellow mummy's headpiece on it. He also came with a golden mummy's headpiece with blue stripes on it, made him look a little bit like a pharaoh, but this is the plainer version. He is exceptionally old. You can see he's quite tarnished. His arms are very, very floppy, but I didn't have this figure and he was going very cheap, so I thought I would grab him. Next from 2012, a figure that could be mistaken that he's in the desert theme of the Adventurers with Johnny Thunder, but he's not. He's actually from the Monster Fighters theme. Now this mummy was only ever in one set, and this is a glow-in-the-dark minifigure. Sometimes he came in the set as a non-glow-in-the-dark version, but this should be the glow-in-the-dark version, so I'm just going to put some light on him, turn the lights off, and see what he looks like. And with the lights off, you can see that, yes, he really does glow. So he's got printing on his torso, legs, and on his head, which really, really glows. If we turn him around, his torso printing on the back also glows. So like I said, some of these sets had a glow-in-the-dark version, and the alternate minifigure didn't glow in the dark. So I'm glad I've got this one that does. Next from 1993, I've got one of the knights from the Dragon Knights theme, and this minifigure came in Magisto's Magical Workshop, and recently that was remade as a gift with purchase as a modern version of it. And also recently I got the original Magisto. I never got the original set, so I bought Magisto earlier on, so he's going to be reunited with Magisto in my collection, and he's one of the Dragon Knights. Next we've got two pirates, and this one's from 1991. He's a very standard pirate. They did lots of this torso in various different versions, different coloured sort of hats and legs to go with them. I've got several of them, but I didn't have this particular one. He was very cheap again, so I grabbed him. And then jumping from 1991 to 2015, a much more elaborate pirate we've got here. This is one of the blue coats, and he's the blue coat governor. He's from the Pirates 3 theme, obviously in the blue coats sub-theme of that. He's got this fantastic dark blue torso with lots and lots of gold printing on it, and also unusual to see gold printing on his bicorn hat as well. A bit of a feather in it, and he comes with his telescope so you can check for invading ships. Next, I got a figure from the Galaxy Squad theme. Now, all the Galaxy Squad astronauts had names. They were then accompanied by these Galaxy Squad robot sidekicks. Now, this is just called the Dark Azure robot sidekick. He's got a great Dark Azure printing on his torso, which matches up with the colour of his legs really well. Sometimes Lego get that a little bit off, but those two colours match really well, the printing and the actual colour itself. And then these aren't, they don't have regular minifig heads. They have these sort of robot heads on top of them. And this is the Dark Azure one. And then this is the orange robot sidekick. He's got much bigger armour on him. He's got a jetpack on his back. I'm not quite sure if that's meant to have a red and a yellow, or they're meant to be the same colour. I'll double check that with the inventory of the set. But we've got an orange robot sidekick with our Dark Azure one. Next from 2014 and the Lego Movie, we've got a Vitruvius figure. Now the listing didn't say it came with his staff as well, so that's really good. This one, his cape is looking a little bit tatty. If I remove his head, apparently remove his legs, you can see it's looking a little bit worn around there, and this actually should have been attached the other way around, so the shiny side is on the inside. There's only 3 different Vitruvius figures. I've got the other 2 already, so I'm glad I've got this one. I will turn his cape around and then I'll add him to my collection. And in turning his cape around, it seems to have straightened it out a bit, and it looks a lot better on this way round. So there we have Vitruvius. Now we jump right back to 1999, and that was the year that I started collecting Lego again, and it's because of the Star Wars minifigures that came out. So this is Anakin Skywalker, and you can tell it's from early on in the Star Wars theme, as it's back when they had yellow skin tones for their minifigures instead of actual skin tones. He came in the Naboo Starfighter. He's got his brown aviator cap on him. There's a very similar figure to this with a grey cap on when he's doing his pod racing, but I've already got that one, but I didn't have this one. So here's Anakin. And then jumping forward in the Star Wars theme to 2015, the next 2 figures came from the Shadow Troopers set. And here we've got the Imperial Shadow Stormtrooper. He's a lovely colour. It's actually only dark grey, but he looks a lot nicer than that. Normally, obviously, because Stormtroopers either come in white or black, it's nice to have him sort of this mid-tone colour. And it almost looks silver, but it's not. It's just dark grey with some nice printing on it. And then also from that 2015 Shadow Trooper set, I've got the Shadow Guard. He's got a black, it's one of those black starchy capes, not the new spongy ones. I've got the red version of this, which is the Imperial Guard, but I don't have this one. I didn't have that set actually, so just buying the minifigures from it is a great help. There were several of the same minifigure in it, so just getting one of each is saving me some money. So 2 minifigures from that same set. And then absolutely lastly, 2012 the X-Men theme, this is Magneto. Now they've done 3 Magnetos. The other 2 have been a lot more recent versions, but this is the original one, and clearly I think this is the absolute best one. It comes with his helmet as well. It's got a purple one of those starched capes. That's a little bit tatty. It's got this big dent in it. Looks like it has seen better times. Oh, he's got a second printing, so he looks quite angry on that side, and he's just fairly plain on that side. Let's keep on this one. We don't like angry minifigures, but yes, clearly I think this is the best Magneto minifigure, and this is the minifigure that made me choose this shop to buy my minifigs from. I wanted this one, found him, and then saw what other minifigs he had, and he had an awful lot that I needed. So here we are, the last minifigure of the haul, Magneto. And there we have my huge minifigure haul. Which one is your favourite? Let me know in the comments below. And also let me know if you've got any of these and which one is your favourite theme of minifig. If you've liked this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And of course, please subscribe for more LEGO videos.